Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending August the 10th, 2022. I cannot stress enough the importance of knowing the real, true numbers in real estate before you do any transactions. And I'm telling you this because of a phone call I recently received from the sellers that are in a panic. Here's their situation. They recently decided that now's a good time for them to sell. They were going to downsize, that's their plan. And in downsizing, they were going to take a bunch of the money that they'd have left in equity. They were going to help their two kids each buy pre-construction. And in fact, the kids went out based on what the parents were going to give them, and they signed one each, two pre-construction deals. The parents also have a business that took a beating over the health crisis, took on a bunch of debt. And so they were going to pay off a lot of that debt. They were going to help some family overseas financially. And again, like I said, they were going to downsize. They were going to buy a smaller house. All their decisions were based on and hinged on their home selling for a certain amount. That's where the problem is. They were originally priced, I went in after and kind of had a look, but they were originally priced about $150,000 too much. And they've done price reductions after price reductions, and it looks like they're probably going to sell about $500,000 lower than what they thought. Can you imagine you put a balance sheet together and money coming in, money, this is what we're going to do, and the initial amount is now $500,000 less? This is the problem that they have. Everything is in jeopardy. Their home is not going to sell for what they thought it was going to sell for, and now problems. They're stressing. The family overseas that they promised money to, that's probably not going to happen. Paying down the debt on their business is probably not going to happen. Them downsizing, well, they got to live somewhere, and so they're probably going to end up renting without buying. Their kids have already signed deals on pre-construction. All that's in jeopardy now because they're not going to have the equity that they thought they were going to have. All this could have been avoided if they just knew the real number up front. And not just pick a number out of the blue, whether they dealt with a realtor or that was their number, it's knowing the real number, but supporting it with facts. If somebody tells you, yeah, your home should sell for $1 million, your response as a seller should be, why do you say that? Show me and look at the facts. Don't just kind of have it in your head, well, I want $1.5 million. It might not be real. Look at the facts. Work with somebody who can show you the facts, who you have confidence in, that's a real estate consultant that has experience. And then once you know the real number, then base your decisions on what you're going to do if your transaction makes sense or not. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule is organized so we can talk about whatever's on your mind. And if you're looking for a big family-sized condo, over 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms plus solarium, check out the video at the end of this report. I shared that story at the beginning of the video about the family because there's so many other sellers in the same situation. They've made plans based on a certain sale price. That's not happening and financially messes everything up. Sometimes very, very, very serious financial consequences. Let's get into the real numbers in real estate. We're talking about detached properties only. In blue, here's a quick summary for Mississauga. Green is for Brampton, and the burgundy is the Durham region. We're going to start off with Mississauga. Like I said, detached properties only. I have here the numbers broken down by week for a whole year. Last week, for week ending August the 10th, 34 detached properties were sold in Mississauga. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. The average sold price has come way down. Average sold price is now $1,392,000. That's the lowest we've seen in about a year. $1,392,000 is 6% lower than last year's average sold price, and the median price is 8% lower than last year's median price. Median price is now $1,275,000. 3 months ago, it was $1,585. So big difference, about $300,000 difference in median price in the span of 3 months. When we look at sales, of the 34 that sold, a quarter, basically 24% sold at list price or more. A year ago it was 49%, so basically double were selling at list price or more. And year-to-date sales for Mississauga, 38% fewer sales this year versus last year. That's January 1st to August 10th. And this is for detached properties only. I want to keep saying that. Listings, 8% fewer listings this year for detached properties year to date. Months of inventory came down slightly, sitting now at 3.2 months of inventory, and 19 is the average days on market. Here's Brampton. 58 detached properties were sold. That's a big jump in sales over the last 4 weeks, actually. So 58 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,190,000. So it did go up a little bit, but still has come way down from the over 1.6 million that we've had for many weeks in a row. 1,190,000 is 10% lower than last year's average sold price. Median price is 3% lower than last year's median price. Median price and average sold price is basically at 1.2, almost the same. When we look at median price 3 years ago, it was 1,275. Sorry, not 3 years ago, 3 months ago. When we look at median price 3 months ago, it was 1,275. It has come up a bit over the last couple of weeks. It's now sitting at 1.2. Sales of the 58 that sold, 28% sold at list price or more. In comparison, a year ago, 72% were selling at list price or more. Do you remember the frenzy, how crazy it was? That's all gone. Year-to-date sales, 44% fewer sales of detached properties in Brampton this year versus last year. Listings are 11% fewer listings in Brampton. Months of inventory has come down quite a bit, actually. It's now sitting at 2.2 months of inventory. I imagine that number is going to be going up again. Let's look at the Durham region. Now for Durham, I'm using Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. 50 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,078,000, and that's the lowest. This chart here only goes back for 1 year. It's the lowest on the chart here. $1,078,000 is 4% lower than last year's average sold price, and median price is also 4% lower than last year's median price. Median price and average sold price are basically, they're very close. They're off by about 10,000. Median price is $1,068,000, and 3 months ago it was $1,149,000. Of the 50 that sold, 36% sold at list price or more. A year ago, it's a whole different world now, I know, but a year ago, 83% were selling at list price or more. That felt like almost all of them. And now, basically, a third are selling at list price or more. Year-to-date sales, we have 32% fewer sales of detached properties this year in the Durham region and 3% fewer listings. Months of inventory for the Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby area has come down. It's been coming down quite a bit. It's now sitting at 1.1 months of inventory. And I can't explain it because properties are sitting out there. They're sitting out there longer. It's now 18 is the average days on market. And it's, you know, you look at months of inventory going up. You expected it to keep going up. It's going down now for several weeks in a row. I can't explain it, but that's what's happening on the market. And months of inventory is based on how many properties are available for sale and in relation to how many we're actually buying right now. This is why months of inventory is going down. Let's look at Peel condos. This is for all of Peel region. 28 condos were sold across Peel region. It's not a lot. 28 is a very low number. So 28 were sold. Average sold price is $610,000. $610,000 is 8% higher than last year's average sold price. Median price is 11% higher than last year's median price. Median price right now is sitting at $603 for condos sold across Peel region. Year-to-date sales, we have 29% fewer condo sales this year than last year, year-to-date. And of the 28 that sold, 21% sold at list price or more. We have 2% more listings this year, year-to-date, than last year. And months of inventory, although it came down, is still quite high, sitting at 4.2 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary. It's surprisingly, months of inventory is still quite a bit low in Brampton and Ajax, because when you're in the field and you're dealing with buyers and sellers, it feels more like a buyer's market. These numbers are not showing that, although they're showing very much a balanced market with the condos, and Mississauga is kind of getting up there. But Brampton and especially the Durham region, months of inventory is still quite low. It is a slightly different feeling when you're in the field. But when you start looking, after you get through your initial 3 or 4 or 5 properties that the client could be interested in, there's not a lot of other properties to go see, not a lot of new listings coming onto the market. So that's what's keeping the months of inventory a bit low. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Check out our new condo listings right now. Welcome to the Imperial at 30 Malta Avenue in Brampton. I'm standing in unit 1708. This is a large corner unit at over 1,540 square feet. Easily will accommodate a large family, has 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a solarium, and a balcony. Check out the rest of the unit.